Hello, hello, hello. Hi, beautiful people. This is Haiti Lee for Midnight Check-In. I hope everyone had an amazing day. I am looking for my song right now that I want to play for us. And I do not own the rights to this song. This is Miss Sierra. Let's see if we could get this on. Who knows this song? Hold on. I gotta play this from the beginning.
Okay, remember what I told you. Be your own
Who
boss.
knows this song,
Love
y'all?
yourself. Get up and dance.
She said level up.
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
Today we are talking about dreams. Hey, Darlene.
3, 2, 1.
Darlene, we talking about dreams today, baby.
Level up, level up, level up, level up.
So we gotta level up, boo.
So yummy. Oh, this sounds so yummy.
You know this song, girl?
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
I love this song.
Level up, level up. Oh, this sounds so yummy. Oh, this sounds so yummy. No, you want this yummy.
How are you, beloved? Hey, Joanna. I'm here for it. I know that's right. Take a party break, baby girl. I don't know what you did all day, but just take this moment to let it go. Hey, Sherelle. How are you, queen? Another level. Who's ready to win on another level, y'all? Did you hear what she said? She stays prayed up, y'all.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
Get it, y'all. Hey, Lauren.
Level up, level up. Oh, this on me so
Hey, Sheree.
sounds so yummy. No, you want this yummy.
Time to level up, y'all.
Level up, level up, level up, level up.
We gonna be talking about dreams today, y'all.
Level up. Oh, this on me so yummy.
Oh, this song is so yummy.
No, you want this yummy.
I hope y'all taking a moment for yourselves right now.
Drop like weight. Team love don't want no hate. I'm grinding, I'm shining.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna bring it down. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having an amazing day. I wanted to do some type of like check-in. So if you are having a great day, give me an orange heart. If you are having a not so great day and we need some prayer in our lives, send me a red heart, okay? And if you're okay, let's do a blue heart. All right, beautiful people. Today we're going to be talking about dreams, right? I kind of wanted to go through 7 steps of manifestation. For those of you who have been, thank you, Darlene. For those of you who have, give me one second, been to one of my vision board events, you guys know that I'm very big on manifesting your dreams, manifesting your wants, your desires, pulling out that woman, right? We've been talking about pulling out that woman down on the inside of us. So I'm just looking at my notes because I want to make sure that, hey, Annie, how are you, beautiful? I want to make sure that I say this the way I wrote it, the way I felt it in my spirit when I was putting it together, or when God was giving it to me to share it. Yes, it was awesome. Good. I'm glad you had a great one, honey. So I wrote down, when people find the courage, basically, right, to finally, right, go after your dreams, because you have to understand that going after your dreams takes courage, right? It doesn't come that easy. And whether courage comes easy to you or not, the truth still is that you need to have courage to go after that thing, right? You have to kind of put your worries, your doubts, and all these things to the side, and you have to say, I'm enough to go after this thing, right? And even if you don't feel enough, right, you can still have faith to take the next step towards that dream that you are talking about, whatever that is, right? I put, when people are running after their dreams, people faint, right? It's not because they don't want the dream anymore. It's not because they don't want the dream anymore, right? It's because they don't have capacity, right? They don't have capacity for the emotional stretch that it takes to push through and persevere at times, right? Another thing is adaptability, right? When we're talking about going after your dream and having perseverance throughout it all, you have to learn how to adapt, right? Some people, they walk into their first problem, right? And they go, oh, maybe this dream wasn't for me. Maybe it's not going to happen for me, right? And then we go into this cycle of doubt and negativity, and the cycle goes on and on, and girl, it goes on. If any of you guys have been overthinkers like I have been, I have kicked myself in the butt so many times saying that I could not do something when I knew damn well I was more than capable to get that done, right? So in essence, finding or going after your dream is another way of finding your voice and finding your place, finding your purpose in this world. It's like this adventure of finding your purpose and ultimately finding your voice, right? And understanding that your voice matters and that you're amazing. Hey, sweetheart. Okay, I wanted to give you guys some definitions, right? Because sometimes when we're talking about purpose, vision, dreams, and goals, we kind of don't really understand what they are. We kind of use them interchangeably. How are you, Queen? And I think it's important to just have some foundational kind of information. So purpose is the reason for which something exists, is created. So when we're talking about purpose, it's like, why do you exist? You know, what's your function, right? When you're thinking about your dreams, what's your function within them? Vision, to see, to think, to plan for the future, right? With imagination or wisdom. Remember what I said, with imagination or wisdom. I love vision boards just for that reason, because it engages your imagination, right? I was talking about this in another video. I'm sorry, I just want to turn this off. I don't want this to turn on while we're speaking. When we're talking about vision, it engages your imagination in such a way that it pulls out, right, what you perhaps may not have thought about, right? So it goes into your subconscious. So I definitely, we're going to be doing vision boards moving forward. I will let you know, hopefully tomorrow. We'll see what's going to happen tomorrow during this 30-day journey that I'm on. But you know, visions are definitely something that you have to keep focused in the forefront of your mind when you're definitely going after your dreams, right? So what is a dream, right? Hey, beautiful. A dream is a cherished aspiration, an ambition, or an idea, right? Goals, the objective of a person's ambition or effort, aim, or desired result. Basically, dreams are the bigger picture, right? And goals are kind of like the action steps of how you're going to reach that dream, right? Sometimes we use dreams and goals. Some of us are stuck in the dream stage, right? We're like, oh, one day this is going to happen, or I really want this to happen. However, we're not fruitful in that area because we took no action. We took no action. We set no goals to move us forward, right? So to those points, I think when we're talking about dreams and what I mentioned earlier about what happens during the perseverance stage in actually completing those dreams, is the fact that a lot of us, we do not pay attention to our emotional health, right? How we're thinking, how we're feeling, how we're perceiving things, right? The fact that you're aware of your emotions, right? Whether they're negative or positive, like we have to adapt to certain situations as well. So, this is another one, I'm sorry. Keeping problems in perspective, right? So bouncing back from setbacks. So we may come across something that just stops us in our track because we didn't expect that, right? So we will stop and take a different look, take a look at what we're thinking about, be aware, sit with that, and then we can move, pivot to whichever way we need to go, however that suits you, whatever wisdom you may have in that moment. So I think it's really, really important to take a look at that, to think to yourself, how am I doing emotionally when thinking about going after my dreams? What am I doing spiritually? Right? How am I connecting with God? How am I partnering with God? How am I, developing that thing, that I want to go after? Are you like on a rat race where you're just going, taking every opportunity, right? And not really being focused, and being intentional about your movements? Think about that for a minute. A lot of us feel like we're so anxious because we've been at this kind of rat race, quote unquote rat race, like it's just on and we just keep going and going and going. We don't want to miss out on any opportunity, right? We feel like this next opportunity is going to be the next one. Well, what if you knew the next step was the right step to take? What if you knew that through your partnership with God, right? Through your partnership with God, that everything, and more so, right? More than you can even imagine, would become a reality. I shared last time that I'm sitting here, for those of you who are just coming on, I'm sitting at my prayer rug on my prayer space, right? And I'm looking at a room full of things manifested through the work that I have done sitting right on this rug. Well, it was a different rug, honey, but I upgraded. But you understand what I'm saying. The intentionality is the same, right? It's the same. So I just wanted to come on and share some 7 steps of manifestation of rocking your dreams. For those of you who do not know my organization, it's one of the programs under my organization. It's called Rock Your Dreams, and it's a coaching based service. And I like to share these steps when I am doing group coaching. And I love, like I mentioned earlier, vision boards. So I usually share these right after we have created our vision boards, but I think it's important to share it before, since we're going to be working on vision boards very soon. So number 1 is check with God for your blueprint. Check with God for your blueprint. Oftentimes, so it's getting your vision, right? Getting your vision, getting the correct vision. Oftentimes we're going through life and we're saying we want, and we didn't check to see if that's what God wanted for our lives. We didn't check to see our partner. We didn't check to see, we're not checking to see if we're being respectful to that relationship, to see if we're moving forward in the steps that He wants for us, right? So checking with God to see what is the plan, what's the blueprint, how we gonna get this done, right? How are we going to get this done? You gave me the desires in my heart, so I know that you're going to tell me what's the next step, and the step after that, and the step after that. I may not know what the big vision is in the sense of like, you may not know how to reach that big vision, right? But trusting and believing Him through those steps. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Step number 1, the very basic foundation, is checking with God, what is the blueprint? What is the blueprint, right? I remember during during one of my prayer talks with God, He shared something with me that was so big that I didn't even know what to do with that, right? had to partner with him to make that a reality. I knew that was necessary, right? So when the vision is given to you, it's not for you to be afraid of the vision, right? Some of us have understood who we are, and we become afraid of it, and we take a few steps back. We become stagnant, right? We become fearful. We allow doubt in our minds and allow the vision to be taken from us, and we don't move forward. Again, getting ahead. I'm just so passionate about this. Okay, number 1, check your vision, right? Making sure you're partnering with God. Number 2, start taking inventory of your life. Hey, Takia, start taking inventory of your life, right? Typically, the inventory stage is usually during a time just like this COVID-19 situation, this incubation stage, right? When we had our message to mothers, we were talking about being pregnant with purpose and how isolation is purposeful, right? It's on purpose. So if you, on purpose, right, take time to take inventory, right? Talking about the people, the places, the things around you. Are people adding to your life, or are they taking away? Are you engaged in divine connections, places, tables, right? Hey girl, you funny. Are you engaged in divine connection with the people, places, and things that you are engaged in, right? Because if you are not, I will promise you that those are things that are stopping you from moving forward. Right? Because you can't engage with the future you. You can't engage on those levels until you remove what's holding you down. Right? Because you got to level up. Right? You have to level up. I put that song, girl. I was serious. Like, talking about your dreams. Let me share something. Talking about your dreams, we get so afraid about what it is and who it is, and we tend to dumb it down. Right? No, that's not what we do here. Love Thyself First, right? We level up. This is our dream. We level up to come meet it, right? Right? We do what we have to do. We do the emotional work. We do the health work. We do the healing work, right? And we do the development of the profession or whatever it is. And we take it serious, and we level it up to match it, right? That's what we do here at Love Thyself First. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do, right? In your spaces and in your life and whatever dreams that you are looking to pursue. But I promise you that it has to come with God's blueprint. You will bump your head. You will bump your head. You will find yourself in that race again, y'all. I've done it. I'm sharing it from my experiences. I have done it over and over and over again. I thought I knew what was best. I thought I knew what was best, and ultimately it's not that, I think sometimes people take this the wrong way, as if you can't think for yourself. Absolutely not. Like, God gave you your mind, right? Wisdom, but just submitting your heart, submitting yourself, in understanding that your life is bigger than you. Your life is bigger than you, your situations, and what you're doing. So how could you possibly know what's going on in the world? Right? And how you are created for impact in this world. How could you know that in your own mind, in your own thinking? Right? There has to be an eternal, a supernatural, whatever the word is, right? Past this physical, right? Past this physical body that you hold. Shout out to all my queens who understand that this is a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual thing when we're talking about creating lasting impact in the world. When we're talking about creating, manifesting your dreams, right? Pushing it forward. It's a spiritual thing. Oh, last one, excuse me, not the last one. Underneath taking inventory, you also need to remember your why. Remember why you started doing this, right? Oftentimes, hey queen, oftentimes we're like, we're in our journey and we get tired, we faint, and we don't remember our why, right? We don't remember our purpose in the game. We just look at the fatigue. We look at we're drowned by the problems. Some of us are experiencing that right now in our business. We're drowned in what we see, people dying, COVID-19, my business wasn't built for this. You know, whatever the case is, right? But I'm encouraging you to partner with God and work on your emotional health and work on your adaptability quotient, right? Or intelligence. Yeah, so I definitely wanted to share that. Number 3, when working on your dreams, when rocking out your dreams, is understanding forgiveness, right? Understanding forgiveness. But I think more importantly than understanding forgiveness is understanding how unforgiveness is blocking your blessings, right? And how unforgiveness does not just happen in one, oh, I forgive that person. No. It is internal work that you have to do, right? It's like peeling an onion. I talked about this the other day. It's like peeling an onion. You know, it's layer after layer. How do you know when you have not forgiven someone? Is when you see that person and you still have this kind of like heart issue, right? You're like, I don't know. I'm not feeling this person. I don't really want to be around this person right now. Your heart tells you it's a heart issue. You have to check your heart. It is attached to your dreams, right? How you think, how you feel about yourself and other people affect your dreams, affect how you're going to move forward in this world. It does. It is the biggest blessing blocker. Try to move to another level. I believe in the Bible, I mean, it even says that God doesn't forgive you until you forgive others, right? Like how can he, did I say that right, God? I'm going to scratch that because I never like to say something that I'm not 100% certain about. So I'm going to go back to I'm not arrogant to the point where I'm just like, oh, that's the truth. No, I am humble enough to say, perhaps I'm going to scratch that and I'm going to come back on that one. But unforgiveness truly is a blessing blocker. There has been many times where I have experienced unforgiveness and I'm trying to move on to another level of my life, of my career, of my mental thinking. And I recognize God always has pushed me back to recognize that perhaps I need to apologize to this person, right? Perhaps I need to make right and make peace in this situation, right? Because even in the mending of those spaces, there's so many lessons that you learn about people and about loving on people. Loving on yourself and loving on yourself and loving on people. I'm going to say that again. Loving on yourself and loving on people. There's so much humility that has to take place during those times. Number 4, right, is faith. Ooh, child. Having faith to know what moves you, right? It's your belief in knowing that God is going to do what he said he's going to do. And also remembering your why, but also having faith in the vision that he gave you, in partnering with him, right? And just, that is your motivation. That is your motivation in knowing that God is not a liar and he says, this is what's going to happen, right? And so I'm just going to move forward in it, right? And after you, like my husband said the other night, when I interviewed him, you know, he was talking about how you gain faith to faith. Like, how does your faith increase? How does that happen, right? Because some of us have not, like, we have a little bit of faith, right? The Bible says as the size of a mustard seed, that's all you need, right? And it's about that small, even smaller than that, right? But how do you gain great faith, right? It's just taking your little seed, planting it in terms of like taking action on something, watching God manifest in that area, right? And then you continue to do it, and your faith, your belief elevates. My faith had to elevate to get to the space that I am right now. Child, I was like the shyest person in the world. Me doing Facebook Lives, like, no, that was not me. You know, being in front and center, doing workshops, holding conferences, sitting at, you know, business tables, you know, doing this, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. I had to level up within myself, within my faith, within my partnership with God, within, you know, that relationship. And when I'm talking about partnership, I'm talking about receiving him in your spirit, right? And knowing that he is everything. So let me move on, y'all. Number 5 is waiting and watching God, right? Waiting and watching God. Guys, I think that a lot of us get confused with this one right here, because we believe that waiting and watching God just means I'm just going to sit on this prayer rug and I'm just going to wait for things to happen. It don't work like that, right? Remember, we were talking about goals. Goals put in motion actions, right? You know, depending on whatever vision you have, whatever dream you have, whatever you're focused on, right? So God does expect you to have action, you know, while you're waiting. Well, what do you mean action while you're waiting? Like, how do you be still and watch and wait? Like, how does that all work together, right? It is a stillness in your heart. It is a stillness, a peace in your mind. That is what I'm talking about, right? It's not being so quick to say, oh, this opportunity presented itself, let me go after it, right? In my own thinking, right? No, it's taking a step back, right? And loving yourself enough to ask, is this the right step to move forward? Does this move me closer to my purpose, to my dream, to where I'm supposed to be, right? Because the truth is, the devil can make things happen too. Right? And things may look good. Oh, things may look real good. Like signing like contracts like by the thousands good, millions good, whatever it is that appeases your financial situation good. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, waiting on God has been a blessing in understanding like what that is, right? And just understanding what the wait is and how to wait, right? Like we have to be, this is where the fruits of the Spirit come in. Like we have to be patient. We have to be patient, right? We have to love ourselves enough to be patient with ourselves, to be forgiving with ourselves, right? To be loving with ourselves, to be peaceful with ourselves. How many of us has kicked ourselves in the butt because that waiting process, we were so impatient with ourselves, right? We were so impatient with ourselves. Let's move on. Number 5 is number 6, it's receiving the blessing when it comes, right? So you did the work, you did the internal work, you did the partnership, you did all that God asked you to do, right? And then your blessing comes. Your dream is manifested. That opportunity finally presents itself. And then you drop the ball because you don't know how to receive. You don't know how to receive. You didn't know how to open yourself to, you didn't know how to love yourself. You didn't know how to have the emotional capacity that is needed to receive. There is an art to receiving. There is an art to receiving. It doesn't just happen. You would think it would be so simple, a simple exchange, right? Oh, here's your dream. Oh, thank you very much. No. We would like to think that it takes that, right? But your self-worth is attached to it. Do you feel like you are worthy of that dream? Do you feel like you are worthy of everything, I mean everything that God has for you? Do you think that you're worthy? Ask yourself that question. I hear my baby in the background, y'all. So, number 7, I'm going to give you number 7, and then I'm going to log off. But ultimately, after you've done all the work, right? And after you've done the work to receive, and we can go into details about all of these steps at a later time. But after you've done all of this, what helps you maintain and manage, and you don't ever have to worry about losing anything during any situation, is when you give that gift right on back to God. And you said, thank you, God, I receive it, but what do you want me to do with it now? It's another level, y'all. It's another level. I am sending you so much love and light. If any of you guys have any questions, I am praying that everyone is doing well. If you have any questions, please feel free to inbox me, Haiti Lee Scott. I do have a Love Thyself First page that I am starting to place things on. Feel free to follow me. This is Midnight Check-In for our new friends who came on. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. This is, like I said, Midnight Check-In. We're checking in with folks, making sure everyone's good, and we're having candid conversations about persevering through this COVID-19 time. You know, learning about God. Ultimately, you know, that is my foundation, and that is where, you know, I come from and where I stand strong in. So sending you guys so much love and light. I am praying for you, and I have to go, y'all. I'm loving on y'all. Have a blessed one. Peace. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock, y'all.